achieve this look for under 20 bucks. Come on, let me show y'all how to complete this easy DIY project. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Strap Life DJ. Yesterday I uploaded a short video of me showing off the new look of my Taurus PT 24/7. And in that video, I was getting people asking me how I did this and to upload the video of me doing this. Well, I mean, the truth is I didn't record a video because I was never planning on making a video of it. I was just messing around with my project gun, which this is. When I want to mess around and try stuff, I try it on this gun. So I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and make an official video of me teaching people how to do this. So here we go. I'll be doing it, and I'm going to teach you guys how to do it step by step. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so let's go over everything we have here on this table. This is everything you will need to achieve this look. So first, we got some 320 grit sandpaper. That'll be used to pretty much get all of the old finish off. We've got some 600 grit sandpaper. This will be used to kind of smoothen out the scratches that'll be made by this 320 grit. As you can see, I am out of the 1000, so I'm going to use 1500 grit. So it really makes no difference. So I'm going to use the 1500 grit, which will smooth it out even more, and then I'm going to finish it off with the 2000 grit, which it'll smooth it out and take even more scratches off. Give it a nice fine feel. So sandpaper, you will need some microfiber towels. You will need polish, which I use Mother's Polish. You will need a Q-tip to apply the Mother's Polish. You need water because we will be wet sanding. And you need a Dremel. Now, a Dremel you don't actually need. You can do it by hand. But since I have a Dremel, this is what I'm using. I'm using this little polish pad right here. And the gun I will be doing it on is my Taurus G3C. As you guys can see, I do have the slide wrapped. So just for y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and take this wrap off and apply this look. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Both of these guns are clear. Damn safety Nazis. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so just to let you guys know, this does take time. It's a very easy job. It's a very easy project, but it does take time. You want to be nice and thorough and get a good thorough sanding. And you know, you don't want to rush it because you don't want to mess it up. I mean, you can just sit here and sand while you watch a movie or something. It takes time, but it's easy. It took me about 2 to 3 hours to complete this. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the wrap off of my Taurus G3C. Now, as you can see, I've got the pistol broken down and the wrap removed. So before we get into it, I just want to say, like I said, make sure you're thorough with the sanding. You want to get in between these serrations, and you want to get around this little curve right here. That's probably going to be the hardest parts, in between the serrations and around this curve. But you want to make sure you sand the whole slide thoroughly, get around the sights and everything. I probably wouldn't touch this part up underneath because you don't want to mess with the functionality of the gun. So I would leave that alone. You won't be able to see it anyway. So everything else, just make sure you sand real good. All right, so now what we want to do is take a piece of our 320, and what I like to do is just rip it in half and then rip this into fours. and just use it like that. So rip that into fours and then just set it in the water. You want to get it a little wet because we're wet sanding. All right, once we've done that, you want to take your slide and just simply start sanding it. Nice pressure, put a little pressure on it. And you see that black, that's the finish coming off. Let's go ahead and get another one. And as you can see, it's starting to come off. Let's just go ahead and wipe it down so we can really get a good look. I might not be able to tell good. But yeah, it's starting to come off. Just keep at it and it'll come right off. All right, we are done with the 320 grit. And as you can see, it's a lot lighter. Now it's not as light as it got on this Taurus. For some reason, I don't know if they did something different with the stainless steel on the G3C, but you know, it's whatever. It's about the process. So now we're gonna do the same thing with the 600 grit. So we're gonna take it, and I did start dry sanding. I think the dry sand worked better than wet sanding it. So I started dry sanding. Now I'm basically gonna do the same thing with the 600, all over the top, sides. You wanna get around this part, around that part. You get around the sights and the back, just everywhere. A nice thorough sand. And what that's gonna do is smooth down the scratches made by the 320 grit. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to that and turn y'all back on in a minute. All right, now we are done with the 600 grit, and this is how it's looking. So it's pretty much not black anymore. It do kind of suck that it's not getting as light as this, but you know, like I said, it's cool. It's about the process. I'm showing you guys the process. This does work. It's a lot lighter than it was. It's definitely not black anymore, so that's good. So now we're gonna go ahead and go to the 1500 grit. Same thing over the whole slide. Very thorough. I'm gonna knock this out and then cut you guys back on. All right, just finished with the 1500 grit, and this is where we at. So I like how it's coming out. Now we're gonna go ahead and finish it off with the 2000 grit. Same thing. 2000 grit. Same thing. All right, I'm gonna cut you back on as soon as I get done with it. All right, we are now done with sanding. So this is how it turned out. I'm satisfied with this. It looks good. So now it's time to polish. I will be using a Dremel because I have a Dremel. Now you don't have to use a Dremel. You can do it by hand if you want to. So you will need your clean microfiber towel and you will need some polish. I recommend Mother's Polish. This is a very good brand. So if you don't have a Dremel, this is what you will need to do. Go ahead and open that up. Let's take a Q-tip. And you want to just apply it directly on your slide. You don't have to, you know, go crazy and put a bunch on there. That's fine, just like that. Now what you want to do is let it sit for about 30 seconds. And then what you want to do is just take your microfiber towel, and then just start to wipe. Now it does take longer if you don't use a Dremel. And you'll notice it's starting to shine up a little more. And you'll get, when you see that black, that means it's working. Now you want to just keep doing this over the whole slide. Very thoroughly, and don't rush it. Now that already looks a lot better. It might be hard to see on camera, but it's definitely shining more. So if you have a Dremel, what you want to do is the same thing. Take and apply. Then you want to just use a polishing pad and just polish over the whole gun. You want to do, I would say do small sections at a time, just to make sure you're getting it good. You know, polish, wait for it to, it'll turn black as you're polishing. That's how you know it's working. So once it starts to turn black, go ahead and stop and just give it a wipe down. You'll see it starting to shine up more and more. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take my Dremel somewhere else because I don't have another outlet that is close. So you guys won't get to see me polishing with my Dremel, but I'll cut you back on as soon as I get done with it. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and call this finished right here. I got the look I wanted. Could it be better? Could it look better? Yes. I'll be the first to admit that. I'm not a professional or anything, so I'm pretty sure it could look better, but I got the look that I wanted. So I'm satisfied with this. Now I did go over and polish it about 3 times. So I did the whole slide about 3 times. So it might not, you might not get the look you want in one pass. So do it about 3 times and you should get it. So this is it right here. It went from black to this. Trust me, this process does work. I mean, it's pretty simple. You just strip the slide down to the base material and then polish it. I mean, it's pretty simple. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the gun back together and show you how it looked all together. All right, I've got the gun all put back together and here's the finished product. Go ahead and take that one out and put the red one in. So simple, very simple. Takes long, yes, but it's very simple. And that's how it's done, people. Hope you enjoyed. Put a comment down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Is this something you would do? You like it? Until next time, peace.